All right, guys, as you know, it's never a slow news day when we have Orange Man in charge. Every day is something new. Either he's doing something amazing or the left wing crazy psychopaths in the media are attacking him. There's never a slow news day. I will say, Trump is entertaining. Good or bad, there's always something to talk about. So, right now, what do we have? Homeboy just dropped MLK files. There's a new, by the way, did you know there's a new uh, Epstein quote unquote victim, I guess, coming out and saying Trump was somewhat connected to her? I'll explain in a bit. And also, Hunter Biden making noise. And I'm like, is this God's gift to the Republican Party? let's go into it. So, guys, welcome, man. PR conservative. Um, just follow me on all platforms if you want. If not, I could care less. I don't care. I don't do this for views or money or whatever. I just want to have some fun. And just flow with me in this journey as I jump into this and try to have some fun. And if you guys want to just give me a hand, help out, please, I will enjoy your hand. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about help me understand the technical side of things because I am doing everything on my own, editing, recording. But anyway, forget about me. So I just finished watching some of the Jesse Waters show. Who, by the way, Jesse Waters, shout out to you, homie. You're doing a fantastic job. I really thought after Tucker left that no one was really gonna fill that spot because Tucker did a great job while he was there. Gotta admit it. Even though I know right now people have their issues with Tucker. Again, I'm not going down that path right now. But Jesse Waters, shout out to you. You're balancing it. I love it. So his segment is it's amazing. Hunter Biden is out there lacing into all the Democrat leadership. And I mean everyone, from Clooney to Axelrod to even Obama. I mean, he is lacing in. And I'm sitting back and with my popcorn, yo. I'm enjoying the show because now, listen, all the attention is going to the Democrats. The midterms are coming up, and they're bad enough that their approval ratings are in the gutter. Now you have the son of the ex-president, auto pen president, come out and is just trashing the leadership. Oh, before I show you some of the clips, this is my conspiracy. I think after what the Democrat Party did to Joe Biden, love him or hate him, he did dedicate over 50 years to the party. He did the bidding of the system. He followed the bidding of the system. He did what they wanted, like a good old submissive person. He did the will, right? He's upset that they cast him aside for Miss washing her collard greens in the bathtub, right? He got upset. He got upset. They pushed him aside. So I'm thinking right now, since Joe Biden is going down with the ship, and remember when Joe Biden was leaving, he wore the Trump hat, and I think he was intentionally trying to sabotage the party. And right now, after 6 months of Trump's amazing success, here comes Hunter Biden lacing into the entire freaking party, and I'm loving it. Let Mr. Crackhead do his thing. I'm not. I'm staying back. I'm a spectator, baby. I'm watching this. So just check this out. Let me pull this up really quick. Let me see if I find it. Give me 1 segundo. All right, I think that's good. So this is Jesse Waters. I'm gonna play a couple of clips and let's go through this. This is great.
Him, him, and everybody around him. I don't have to be nice.
Talk about Clooney.
I agree with Quentin Tarantino. George Clooney is not a actor. You, what do you have to do with anything? Why do I have to listen to you? What right do you have to step on a man who's given 52 years of his life to the service of this country and decide that you, George Clooney, are going to take out basically a full-page ad in the New York Times to undermine the president?
I don't know if you noticed, but he used the word F a lot. I don't really curse that much, but he used the F word a lot. And something tells me he's very angry. Probably ran out of Cheetos to snort. What was it? He's snorting Cheetos? Or I forgot what it was.
And James Carville, who hasn't run a race in 40 years, and David Axelrod, who had one success in his political life, and that was Barack Obama. And that was because of Barack Obama, not because of David Axelrod. And David Plouffe, and all of these guys, and the Pod Save America guys, who were junior speechwriters in, on Barack Obama's Senate staff, who have been dining out on the relationship with him for years, making millions of dollars. The Anita Dunns of the world, who's made $40–50 million off the Democratic Party. They're all going to insert their judgment over a man who has figured out, unlike anybody else, how to get elected to the United States Senate over 7 times.
I will tell you this. If it wasn't for the crack, I think I could hang out with Hunter Biden. If it wasn't for the crack and the little kids that he be with, that he should be in jail for, I feel like I could hang out with that guy. It's just me. But unfortunately, you have his disgusting past to deal with. But he's lacing in. And again, guys, don't come to the defense of anybody in the Democrat Party. Let the left eat their own.
We all talk about the incredible popularity of Barack Obama. Barack Obama never got more than 69 million votes. My dad got 81 million votes.
Hold on. I want to stop right there. So to the left that believes the 2020 election was on the up and up, you're going to have to admit to me that if you believe it was factual, that he won fair and square, that the mid-70-year-old who was in government since segregation, he is more popular than the first black president we've ever had. You got to admit it. You got to say, listen. But you got to say that the old white man is more popular than the young black man. And more white people voted for Biden. So you got to say it's a racist country for the Democrat Party. I don't know. I'm just trying to follow the metrics here, you know? It was a white lash. No, was it? Was it a white? What did he say? It was a backlash against the first black president. That was Joe Biden. The white people overwhelmingly voted for Joe Biden. Just saying, we must be a racist country under the Democrat leadership.
What is the one thing that drives Obama more crazy about my dad than anything? It's when he sits around and he continues to talk to people in a
Yes.
crowd, because then he can't also leave the stage at the same time.
That's exactly
and he
right.
never likes hanging around.
He doesn't.
To
He doesn't
to
like
do rope
taking it.
lines.
He doesn't like rope
standing-
lines. He doesn't like to take the pictures.
Oh, this is great.
What the Democratic Party proved is they have no guts. I mean,
love
by
it.
the way, I say party.
I love it.
The elite white people that donate to the colleges, the people that donate to
I love this.
multi-million-dollar checks to the DNC and the DCCC.
Going
and
out
the
to DNC, I love
The
this.
Schumer people and the Pelosi people and those people, the controlling interest of the corporate side of the Democratic Party. You know who did not want Kamala Harris to be president and did not want her to be the nominee? Nancy Pelosi didn't want her to be.
Ooh.
None of Nancy Pelosi's people wanted her to be. They
Ooh.
wanted an open convention. They wanted a floor fight. They wanted I don't know
He
what
would
the
know.
hell they wanted, but they wanted to be the ones to anoint whoever they were going to anoint to become the next president of the United States.
Wait, that sounds like a conspiracy theory. They wanted to anoint somebody? Sounds like something, we were saying that the leadership was taking over your party, not the voters. Oh my God. Listen, I'm here for the popcorn and the violence and the stories. Give it to me. Fight each other. Destroy each other. While we sit back and reap the benefits and scoop up the pieces left over as your party dwindles and the MAGA movement explodes.
And you would have the Speaker Emeritus that would say, well, I'm going to leave it up to, but I don't know. And they had already made a decision. They had clearly made a decision. And when I say they, I mean the Speaker. And I heard Alexandra Pelosi say something, call my like put your big girl pants on to my mom or something. And I kind of feel like saying, who the do you think you are? I'll tell you what, I know exactly what happened in that debate. He flew around the world, basically, and the mileage that he could have flown around the world 3 times.
Yeah.
He's 81 years old. He's tired as shit. You give him Ambien to be able to sleep. He gets up on the stage, and he looks like he's a deer in the headlights. And it feeds into every story that anybody wants to tell.
So Daddy was on Ambient. I'm pretty sure a lot more than that.
What influence does Jake Tapper have over anything? He has the smallest audience on cable news. And beyond that, I think that the book is right now on the Amazon that he put out. I mean, his ratings
This
just
is
went
great.
to after he put the book out. You know, they did a 2-week infomercial for it. I mean, it was such a money grab.
That's Joe Biden's mouthpiece. He gave him the thumbs up to say all that. This is Joe Biden getting back at the Democrat Party after they screwed him from behind. And I'm enjoying every moment of this. Well, not the screwing, but I'm enjoying the infighting. Listen, the son of the former sitting president, quote unquote, just went after everybody. Went after the media, went after the DNC, went after the political leadership, went after the podcast people, went after everyone. And he called them all out. And I love the division. This is Christmas. This is better. You could put the Epstein stuff aside. This is good stuff for us. Republicans, conservatives, MAGA. You got to capitalize on this. Strike while the iron is hot. Everything is going the MAGA way. Trump's had this first 6 months has been revolutionary. There's never been a 6 months presidency like this, I believe, in the history of this country. We got to capitalize it. The left is trying to shift the narrative, right? And the weak MAGAs, the lukewarm MAGAs, are trying to shift it to Epstein. That's over with. Right now, the Epstein stuff is in the courts. When we get the information, when we get it, and then we'll talk about it. For now, put that aside. Let's focus on the winning. And the winning is here. And Trump is executing and delivering on all his promises. And while that is happening, the Democrats are imploding. Let's take advantage. This is the perfect opportunity to take down the deep state. Let's do it. Stop bickering over small things. We can always come back to that. But let's take the wins where we have them, and we'll come back and we'll get the Epstein win later. Let's do it. Let's do it the right way. Because if you focus just on Epstein and you ignore 99% of the amazing winning, and right now we're opening up the the case against Barack Obama and spying on President Trump and the Russia hoax. That should be our focus and all the winning. Epstein, as much as you like it, put it to the back burner. We'll wait to the courts whether agree or disagree or release whatever information. Then we'll focus on it. But right now, 99% of the stuff that we ran on, we're doing. Focus on the winning. Because if you focus on just one thing, you, sir, are losers. I'm talking about the lukewarm MAGAs. Stop helping the Democrats win. Stop helping the deep state win. And one of the great things that's happening right now is that while the left is going crazy, right? And you know, Trump loves to bring things out, and it's like they don't know where to go. So Trump just did a great thing, right? Trump released how many files? 230,000 pages of documents on the MLK assassination. 230,000 pages. And this is why I say the Democrat Party is full of crap. One, let's start with Trump by far is the most transparent president in U.S. history. Forget about let me rephrase this. He's the most transparent politician in the history of the world. Name another politician more transparent than Trump. You're not going to find it. Whether you like it or you dislike how he presents himself, it doesn't matter. He is transparent. What you see is what you get, and you should appreciate that you're not dealing with a fake. You're dealing with someone real. You see it, the raw come out. So he releases these documents, which he promised, right? He promised the same documents that prior to Trump ever coming into office for 30, 40 years, everyone left and right, were saying we need to see all the information on MLK because we believe, and many believe, there was conspiracy by the government to take Martin Luther King's life, right? That is the ongoing conspiracy. And we have been begging for this information for decades. Everyone, this wasn't even a partisan issue. We all want to see these documents. And in the midst of real transparency, Donald Trump released the documents everyone has been arguing for. And suddenly, out of nowhere, shocker, ladies and gentlemen, the left is angry. Oh no, can you believe Trump released the documents, though MLK's family did not want it released? Before I get into the MLK family not wanting it released, where was your concern about the family wanting those documents the past few decades? You never once cared or even questioned if the family had any viewpoints. Because this is not about the family. This is about what is the government complicit in taking out one of the most transformational human beings on the face of the earth, right? One of what he did, MLK, shifted the direction of this country. And everyone wants to know what happened. But now the left says, no, I don't want to see it because the family doesn't want to see it. But what the left does, and they always do this, they'll find a subset of the family that says no. They'll ignore the fact that there are other parts of the family, because I don't know if you know this, leftist, but families are big. Families are huge. Some people want it, some people don't want it. So stop using just the people in his family that didn't want them released and just focus on what the country wanted and what the country needs. The documents are there. So you're telling me if you yourself, liberals, if you go through those documents, which we know you don't believe in facts, you don't believe in evidence, or you refuse to see them. But if by some miracle you decide, hey, I'm going to read these documents, and you find in those documents that yes, there was a conspiracy, the federal government helped or was part of taking the life of Martin Luther King, would you not write that story? Or would you just ignore it and say, woe is me, some of the family didn't want that out? Democrats are frauds. You cannot take a Democrat seriously when it comes to information because they're just propaganda. That's it. They don't care about facts or information. It's just straight up propaganda. 1 minute you're for something, the next minute you're against. It all depends on what the right is doing. Anything the right does, the left opposes. I'm telling you right now, if we want to have a more prosperous nation, Trump should come out and say, oxygen is great. You must breathe air consistently. The left will then go out the following day and have a plastic bag over their head protest. They will. I guarantee you, they will. They will say, Trump said oxygen is good. He is lying. That is fake. That is right-wing propaganda. Get me the plastic bags. Put it over my head. We are going to protest. Listen, they did the same thing during the COVID. I keep saying COVID. The China virus. Remember, they made us change it from the China virus to COVID because the language was mean, even though they used it first. But during the Wuhan virus, Trump, I remember he was saying, listen, foreign countries have been using hydroxychloroquine. It seems to have been working. How do we feel about using that here? Asking questions. Though it was being used successfully in other countries, the media and even the medical establishment here in America said, Trump said it was good. It must be bad. Horse the worm, I say. It didn't matter that it was good. They just ignore facts. The same thing here with MLK. It doesn't matter. Once again, plastic bag challenge. Please, Trump, I ask you and I implore you to say oxygen is good and we should all breathe it. But thank you. But let's move on. So I saw this, right? And before I get into the final one, I want to touch quickly on the entire Obama collusion. The Obama, excuse me, spying on the Trump campaign, setting up the Russia hoax. So we've been saying forever. Again, by the way, I know this is new to a lot of you, but we've known about this about what, 2 terms ago. We've been saying this forever that Obama was a key part of setting up the Russia hoax lie. And I'm not going to get into the weeds of it right now, but because right now they just released it and I want to let this simmer out. We're going to dive into it later on when we get more information. But an old clip surfaced of James Clapper on Anderson Cooper's show admitting in 2018 that yes, Obama was the one who actually initiated and got the ball rolling when it came to this whole Russia collusion.
If it weren't for President Obama, we might not have done the intelligence community assessment that we did that set off a whole sequence of events which are unfolding today, notably Special Counsel Mueller's investigation. President Obama is responsible for that, and it was he who tasked us to do that intelligence community assessment in the first place.
There you go. There you go. James Clapper admitting that it was Obama that started the Russia hoax that led to the Mueller investigation. This was the plan all along. There's no lying here. Again, I know liberals is called evidence, and when you see it, you kind of like squirm and you ignore it. But here we go. And also, don't forget, Brennan is the one that briefed Obama. We have his handwritten notes. He briefed Obama about the Russia hoax, how Hillary was also part. Hillary, they're coming for you too. So there's one more story I kind of want to touch on. It's just kind of developing. And I kind of want to, can we watch this together? So there's seems to be a new Epstein victim that came out that suddenly implicates Donald Trump in some way, shape, or form. No evidence, a lot of hearsay. So let's check this out.
I've waited 3 decades to be able to even be heard about this because the government has not held any of the people I reported accountable. And so basically the night before I went in, before I began working for Epstein, he called me at very late in the evening and asked me to come up to the Helmsley Palace offices. And I didn't even have money for a subway token. It's kind of embarrassing. So I had to go running up there. And so I told Epstein, I'll be up there. It'll probably take me until like 9. He's like, okay. So I get there and I'm waiting. It's dark. Like there's no light on in the offices. And I thought that was really weird. So I'm seated against the wall in the main.
By the way, that's subjective. 9 p.m. office lights are always off. In New York City, that's nothing new. Stop it.
Part of the offices and just waiting for Epstein. And he says, I'll be out in a minute, and he's got the door closed. And then a few minutes later, this man walks in a business suit, kind of tall, imposing. And I immediately was like, that's Donald Trump. What's he doing here? I'm supposed to be working for Epstein and interviewing with him. Why is Donald Trump here? And he walked up about, a few feet from me and just stood over me in a very imposing way and looked at me like he was in on some secret or something. It was really weird, like smirking kind of. And I felt...
Stop it. All this is assumption and feelings. Whether this happened or not, so far, everything she's saying is all about feelings. I'm sorry. I don't buy it.
Threatened, so I made an ugly face. And when I made that ugly face, Epstein walked out from the offices on this side. Trump's standing here, I'm here. And he walks out of his office and he goes, oh, no, no, no. He was laughing at me. And he goes, she's not here for you. Follow me, right? And he escorts him in to this other room. And I always wondered, who was she in there? Was someone in there, right? And I have no way of knowing, nothing. But
how is this a story? How is this a story? How is CNN running this? This is what CNN is running. How is this a freaking story? Someone that's using her feelings has no evidence or no information of what's really happening. And this is the story they're headlining with? Not the fact that Obama set up President Trump, but a new made-up story.
I felt very intimidated because I had on running shorts and I was vulnerable, sweaty, just a nobody in an office with these two men. That it felt very predatory and uncomfortable. I have to say that when I made that ugly face, he backed off. It wasn't like he was aggressive after that, but he made a really vulgar comment.
If you felt uncomfortable in a building with two men when you were by yourself, you know you could have just walked out, right? You did not have to stay there if this actually happened.
Following. And I don't know if it was like, like locker room talk in the 90s, the way men were, but
We still are.
made a joke to Epstein. Oh, I thought she was 16. And I thought that was so strange because at the time my sister she was 15 actually. And I didn't think it was funny, even though it was just a little bit inappropriate, but I thought, I don't know what it was. But anyway, and then they entered that room.
So Epstein says she's not for you, and then when did Trump make the comment about your?
Wait! Stop it! Why doesn't she say allegedly?
And you were 25 at the time, right? So I mean, you were a 25-year-old woman. Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
But
I was
was
a
it
woman,
after Epstein
right.
said that comment
But-
that he made the comment about age, or?
See that they're making. This is why I get upset with the fake news and the idiots that listen to the fake news. Right now, this anchor, brain dead, insert a chip, tell him what to say, is stating this as if it's a fact. All her phraseology is if it's real, as it actually happened. Instead of saying allegedly. This is what, 30, 40 years ago, if it happened? And by the way, based on that story, if it's true, nothing happened. This is how desperate the left is. They have nothing left.
Yes. So he first said, no, she's not here for you, which immediately made me feel weird. Like, was there someone there, right, in that other room? And so that's another reason I was nervous. And so as soon as he said that, laughed, I made the face, all that stuff, they started to walk away into that other room where he's escorting him. He goes, come with me. And he takes Trump into this other room in the offices at 9 o'clock at night. And there's no one else that I know of in these offices, but was someone in that room.
Wait, at this point, why don't you just leave? You're uncomfortable. You're scared. He allegedly said these things about age, and yet you stay there. Interesting.
So I always wondered what that was about. And anyway, that comment was made under his breath as they were entering that room.
As they were.
Yeah. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. But guess who won't call it bullshit? The idiots on X and on TikTok and on social media. Look, evidence. By the way, can we pull this back a second? Forget about her. Just think about logic. I know leftists, you don't have logic. But it's just for 1 second, logic. Donald Trump, you would agree, is the most vetted person in American history. Let me rephrase this. Donald Trump is the most vetted person on earth throughout the entire history. He is more vetted than Jesus Christ. I'm sorry to say, there is more research and digging up past of Donald Trump than there is of Jesus Christ. You're gonna tell me now, after the third run for presidency, we got a smoking gun? We have a new alleged victim that was encountering with Trump? That we suddenly have a drawing from the Wall Street Journal? Suddenly, out of the blue, it didn't even appear while he was running his third time to try to take him down. No, it just out of nowhere. Guys, if you believe any of this, you are the dumbest person ever to walk the face of this earth. And maybe it's not just one person, it's probably all the liberals. So you guys, I know you guys claim that MAGA's a cult, MAGA's a cult, though MAGA is always disagreeing with each other, and we always did and we always will, because that's what we do. We disagree on ideas and philosophies. So how can we be a cult and disagree at the same time? I don't know. You try to figure that one out, but the left calls us both divided and a cult. You on the left are in a cult. Doesn't matter what we say. It doesn't matter what evidence there is. You will believe whatever it is, and you will change your opinion in a snap of a finger as long as it fits the agenda that you want. You don't care about information or facts. You just care about outcomes and results, even if it destroys people. So again, the cultist left, thank you for making me feel smart. By the way, I am not an intelligent person. I'm just an average guy. I'm literally an average guy. I'm not that smart. I really am not. But when I am with a liberal and I'm having a conversation, by God, I feel like Albert Einstein. Liberals make me feel so intelligent. My head is expanding. I need to get bigger hats. Because when I'm with them, I'm like, oh, look at me. I understand. I know there's two genders. Look at these guys think that you can alter and switch genders. You don't even understand basic science and biology. If you don't understand basics about man and a woman, to understand the complexity of history and borders, and you're not going to understand the Constitution, God forbid, you don't understand it. So thank you, liberals, for making me feel smart. So guys, I'm going to end it with that. Thank you for hanging out with me. Work with me as I tweak it, and hopefully I'll build this out to something bigger with more people. And I do have my boy, No Fake News, that comes on with me once in a while. So hopefully that'll be a bigger thing. But you'll see more of us coming soon, more of me coming soon. Your favorite Puerto Rican, the PR conservative. You know, I'm here for you. Hit me up. Thank you. Take care.